What is going on, everyone? It's Matt, aka Roddy Locks, back here again with another video. And I am pleased to announce that our play of the day yesterday did end up cashing. We took the Magic at the Mavericks over 236.5 total points at minus 110. And if we do a little quick recap of that game, the game did end with 265 points, so that over absolutely smashed for us. What I said in my video yesterday was, obviously Cooper Flagg, great player. I didn't know he was this good of a player, to be completely honest with everyone here. Cooper Flagg goes out and drops 51 points against a pretty decent Orlando Magic defense, especially with Franz Wagner being back. I don't know where that came from. I saw a stat that Cooper Flagg was the first teenager to drop 51 points. I don't know if that's completely correct, so if I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me in the comments below. But yeah, Cooper Flagg goes nuclear. If we look at the box score, we also have Franz Wagner kind of returning to his, self before injury. He drops 18 points and he's 8 for 12 in terms of field goals. Desmond Bane has a great game. Wendell Carter Jr. has a great game. And in terms of the Mavericks, Brandon Williams drops 23, but Cooper Flagg really put the team on his back here. I also did take the Mavs plus 7.5 here, which was probably a dumb bet, but it was relatively close. But if we come over here and look at a recap of the day yesterday, this is all the plays that I put out on Winnable yesterday. We did end up going 6-3. We went up 3.17 units. And right now we are 19-6 and up 12.41 units in April. So we've been absolutely crushing it in April. And if you guys do want to follow my picks, go ahead and follow me on X at Roddy Lock, and you can see my free picks on there. But if you want to see every single pick that I make, go ahead and subscribe to me on Winnable. It's 100% free. There's no reason not to. And the link for that is going to be in the description. That takes us to our best bet of the day today. And what I figured I'd do, because it is Saturday, I'm feeling a little frisky, I'm feeling a little freaky. So what I decided to do is really just kind of go through my Winnable and show you guys all the plays that I've made today. We have a great slate of games today. We have the NCAA men's basketball Final Four games. We have a giant slate of NHL games, a giant slate of MLB games, and we have 3 games for the NBA. I haven't done any NBA picks yet because honestly, I haven't seen any that I have a real edge on and that I really like. So those might be coming later in the day. That's why you guys should go ahead and subscribe to my Winnable so you can get those picks and you can get the notifications when I make those picks. But to go from there, now with these Final Four games, right? It is nearly impossible to get an edge on these games. These lines have been open for, for the better part of a week, and they've hardly moved at all, like literally at all. I went and looked at the tracker, and you can see it's just the same completely throughout. These are going to be some of the sharpest lines that you see all year because we've seen these teams play. We know who they are, what they do well, what they don't do well. So you're really kind of just gambling if you want to make picks on these plays. That's why I only did put half a unit on each of these. But I did end up taking Illinois minus 1.5 for the first game. And it might be a little bit of Big Ten bias here, but I feel like Illinois is pretty similar. Not similar in like play style and everything like that, but like if Illinois and Duke played on a neutral court right now, I feel like the point spread would be, maybe Duke minus 1.5. And UConn beat them in a crazy buzzer beater. So I really just kind of see UConn's luck running out here. I know that Dan Hurley is a fantastic coach. I think he's going to outcoach Illinois here, but I think there's just too much offensive firepower on this Illinois team. They're a giant team. They play great defense, and I think Illinois uh, comes out with the win in this game. And I definitely think they can cover this short -1.5 point spread. So I am taking Illinois in that game. In terms of the Arizona Michigan game, I'm a Buckeyes fan. Okay, guys, you guys probably all know that by now. I'm a Buckeyes fan. It would seriously kill me to see Michigan in the championship. So this is a lot of bias talking. So please take this with a grain of salt. But I don't know. I've watched a lot of Arizona games this year. I've watched a lot of Michigan games this year. And Michigan looks great. You know, they've been playing pretty amazing in the past few games. But I kind of feel like Michigan is playing, I don't know what's the term for it, like above their pay grade right now. I feel like they're playing a lot better than they have been, which could carry on. I might be talking out of my ass here. Definitely could carry on. But like they're shooting, I think 44% from threes right now when their season average is 37. And I just feel like when they go up against a absolute powerhouse like Arizona, I feel like a lot of those stats that are kind of outliers right now are going to come back down to earth. And I think that Arizona just has too much firepower on their team, honestly. I think Arizona has better guards. I think that Mara is going to be kind of limited because there is Krivas down low. So he's definitely going to be, I don't know, some kind of the balancing force there because Mara is such a dominant player, but he hasn't gone against a player that's as good as Krivas. I mean, really at all this year. I think Arizona plays great defense. Obviously, Michigan plays great defense as well. But I don't know, man. I just, like I said, it's impossible to get an edge on these games. But just in my heart of hearts, I feel like Arizona is going to pull this game out. The only thing I am a little bit worried about is the fact that Arizona doesn't really shoot the three ball. So if they do go down by a little bit, it might be a little harder to get back up. But yeah, enough talking about this. I think Arizona is going to win the game. I think Illinois is going to cover the spread. Take that as you will. Um, this game right here, I don't know if the outlier numbers are like messed up or something like that, but I looked at it and 29% of the bets are on the Jets money line, which kind of makes sense. They're an underdog here. But 99% of the money is on Jets money line. I've never seen that before, like really in my life. So there's obviously a lot of sharp money that's taking the Jets money line today. And usually when there's that big of a difference, I don't really like to question it. I'm taking the Winnipeg Jets money line as well. And the line also has moved from +141 to +130, so it is moving in our direction. Like I said, I don't know if this is a glitch or something, so I am just throwing half a unit on it. But yeah, taking the Winnipeg Jets money line today. I'll get to that pick at the end of this video. This is kind of cool. So I did develop a NHL model. It went so we've used it once before. It went 3-3 last time. And I think we went up maybe like I don't know, zero point 0.1 units because I did throw 0.1 units on each of the plays. But we have it again today. We're just going to try it out, see how it works. I did tweak some things from last time. So here's what it spit out. We've got the Ducks money line at -152. We've got over 6 total goals for the Kings and Maple Leafs game. We've got over 6.5 goals for Vancouver and Utah. We've got the Red Wings money line, Sabres money line, and Predators money line. Okay, so like I said, I'm throwing zero point 0.1 units on each of those. I'm not going to throw a ton of cash into it. I really don't know if it works yet, but we're just going to try it out here. I figured I'd throw it to my winnable subscribers and kind of let them do with it as they wish. Next thing I am betting here is, if you guys watched my previous videos, I did talk about these NHL parlays that I throw in. I'm going to be honest, these don't hit very often. That's why I am only throwing a quarter unit on this. But it's pretty good odds, plus 195. We're taking the Penguins money line, Mammoth money line, and Hurricanes money line. So if you guys want to tail, do as you wish, but I don't have a ton of confidence in that one. We'll see how it goes. These are my kind of real plays that I have today. We've got the Dodgers at Nationals over 9.5 total runs. The over has hit in 4 of the Nationals' last 5 games at home. The Dodgers are also really heating up on their bats. Yesterday, obviously, the total was 19, and then 64% of the bets and 90% of the money is on over 9.5. So the Sharps are with us, and I feel pretty confident about this play, honestly. Kind of the same deal with the Astros at Athletics. Total yesterday was 15. I really think this trend continues. I mean, there was just hit after hit yesterday, and 41% of the bets and 65% of the money is on the over. So again, Sharps are with us, and I feel pretty good about that one. Here we have the Padres at the Red Sox. A lot of good pitching going on. Obviously, yesterday's total was 7. It's also supposed to be a cold day in Boston today, which you can be a little superstitious with that, but usually that does make for these games to go under when it is a little colder outside. I think the bats are going to be a little slower. And also 51% of the bets and 71% of the money is on the under. So again, Sharps are with us. I'm taking the under 8 total runs for that game. Now, to get into the best bet of the day today. This might just be my best bet because I'm a little excited. I like the UFC a lot. I love betting on the UFC. I've made a lot of money on the UFC. And this fight is pretty good in my opinion. This card is, I could probably do without it, but this fight will be pretty good, I think. We've got Chris Duncan taking on Moicano tonight. And obviously we are going to be taking Chris Duncan moneyline at minus 142. We're putting 2 units on this. So this is, quote unquote, the play of the day. We'll see how it pans out. Obviously, I don't have any NBA bets today. That's usually what my play of the day would be. But there's just a lot of question marks with a lot of these games today. So the play of the day is going to be Chris Duncan moneyline. Obviously, his nickname is the problem, and I think that's going to reign true tonight. I think that Chris Duncan definitely has a striking advantage. Maybe not in terms of accuracy of strikes and stuff like that, but he definitely is a much harder hitter than Moicano. I said here, he looks like the state trooper that would shoot you in the face for going 1 over the speed limit. I don't know if you guys ever seen that meme where you got the state trooper and his fucking chin's way out here. And he just looks like the type of guy to just rip you out of your car for absolutely no reason. That's pretty much what Chris Duncan looks like. I mean, he's built like a brick shit house. He looks way stronger than Moicano. I don't know if you guys saw the weigh-ins, but he looks a lot stronger than him. He looks absolutely jacked. Moicano's big thing is, takedowns, getting people on the ground, and then submitting people. I think Chris Duncan is just going to be too strong for him. I think he's able to get off the ground pretty well. And really what it comes down to is Chris Duncan, he is just the most, I wouldn't even say durable. maybe that's not the word. He just has so much resilience in these fights. I said in here, if you guys watched that McKinney fight that he had, I think it was his most recent fight. It looked like he got slumped like 3 different times, and he would just like it's almost like he just rebooted. Like he would kind of slump down a little bit for like a half second, and then get up and just start firing away again. I mean, there's a lot of times where I had bet against Chris Duncan, and I'll be watching the fight, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's done for right now, and then he just comes in with a freaking combo that just kills people. Um, Chris Duncan is just, I can't say enough about this guy. He is such a freaking beast. And I feel like he has a lot more motivation in this fight. Money Moicano is kind of getting on his last leg of his, I guess, fighting journey. He's been podcasting a lot. He's got his own gym. He's got like his companies and stuff like that. And for Chris Duncan, like UFC right now is his freaking life. I mean, he's trying to get up to the next level. And I just feel like with his resilience and with the kind of fighter that he is, I really just think that that Chris Duncan is going to come away with the win today. If I had to guess, probably by knockout, but I'm not going to bet that. I'm just going to take the money line here. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to mention here is the fact that Moicano is, like I said, he's a little older. He's like 37, and Chris Duncan's 32. And you could see with a couple of Moicano's most recent fights, once you got into like the second, third round, he kind of showed his age a little bit. He kind of looked a little lethargic, a little tired out there. So I feel like if this fight does get past like the second round, this is pretty much a Chris Duncan moneyline lock. Before that, I think Chris Duncan is going to be able to hang in there with him for the first couple rounds, and after that, like I said, I think it's Chris Duncan moneyline all the way. Something to mention here is the fact that Chris Duncan and Moicano are actually teammates. Like they fight or they train in the same gym. I don't think they're actually like training partners, but they definitely know of each other. They're friends, I'm pretty sure. And that does tend to make for some weird fights. Just looking at past fights where people like are teammates or they've trained together. Because I feel like both of them try to kind of throw each other off because they know that the other person knows exactly how they fight. And that is something to think about. But I don't know. I'm not going to look too much into this. I really think that Chris Duncan's got the motivation. He's got the resilience. And he's got the endurance. And I think if he can get a combo in there, he can really beat the shit out of Money Moicano tonight. So, like I said, play of the day, Chris Duncan moneyline, minus 142, throwing 2 units on this, and I feel very confident about this bet. But that does conclude the video for today. I really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we come back tomorrow, talk about how stupid of a line this was, and we all cashed today. So be kind to someone today, and we will see you all again in the next one.